Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Christmas quiz and an update from me. You've got the Northern Powerhouse today because you've got me up in Durham to do the chair's update, and that's going to be followed by the Christmas quiz with our Quizmaster Extraordinaire, Anita Brown, the regional chair for the North Eastern Scotland. We'll give just a couple of minutes to let people in, and once we get up to a sensible number, we'll kick off with our session. As always, you can see that we've got a Q&A button and the chat button, the chat function at the bottom there. We've had a message from Jeanette Ori to everyone. She's apologising that she can't get onto our call this afternoon, but she wishes everyone a happy Christmas. So if you want to make any comments or chat to anybody, please use the chat function. And if, as usual, if you've got any questions, use the Q&A there. Good afternoon, Brad. And from Amanda. You got the wild weather in Hampshire yet, Amanda? See, the power of being able to ask these questions when you're live, and you've got to type them in when you want to respond. Hi, Declan. Hi, Steve. Hi, Roger. I saw coming on, and Angela Hogan. And there was a message came back from Amanda there, but I couldn't see it. Claire Doyle, good afternoon. Happy Christmas, Claire. Good weather in Falkirk. Ah, well, there you go. It'll be dark up there. It's getting dark here in Durham, I can tell you. Hi, Gary. And Bill and Kathy and Sue. I'm saying hi to everyone, just waiting for you all to join. So I know how many people we've got registered, and we're getting up to about 60 people so far. Glenn and Helen 5 foot. Hi there, Helen. You well? Good. You don't need reply. You can tell I'm getting Christmassy now. I'm getting into the Christmas spirit, just all this chatter. I can say that Andrew's decided that I'm now going to have to start and behave and stop my chattering on. I'm Stephen Forster. I'm the National Chair for LACA. Become very familiar with you all through the medium of webinars these past months. And as I said at the beginning, what I am going to do is just a very brief update from the chair, really a bit of an end of year roundup, really. And then we'll hand over to Anita, who is going to do us a Christmas quiz. Sandra, we can move on to the first slide. And I think that, you know, to start any roundup of the year without thinking of what we've all had to face would be a bit strange. And I guess that sort of for us this year, we've had to find ourselves coping with COVID-19 and all the changes that that's brought for us. I'm not going to talk about all the changes that you've seen in schools and the way that we operate, because we've done that to death, I think, by now. But I think just sort of thinking back to the beginning of the year, we had our Scotty competition and spring seminar, and that was really the last time that we were able to be together. We've obviously sort of pretty much straight after the spring seminar, we went into lockdown. And we really have been trying over the year to make sure that we can continue talking to you, either through the webinars or through things like our website. The COVID-19 advice pages on the website, I think, were really busy at the beginning, where we were putting on 2 and 3 messages a day, updating it as the information was coming out. That calmed down, but those advice pages are still valid, and we still are putting probably things on every week. So for those of you that are taking a look at that, you'll see that probably the last few things that we put on there have been some advice from HMRC regarding things like furlough claims and so on. But in the year, we've adopted this new form of being able to communicate with you, and we've actually done 10 webinars since April and the kickoff of COVID. So that's been something new for us, and I guess that because we've not been able to meet on a regional basis, at least it's kept sort of the channels of communication open between us both regionally and on a national basis, because obviously we didn't get to do our main event either. But what we did do was a virtual annual members meeting, and that was very successful. We had more people attended that than when we pulled it in sort of the LACA meeting room. So we've decided that that's something that we'll keep going for future years. We felt that it probably is more democratic, that more people can get to attend that than perhaps restricting it only to those members that are able to be at LACA main event. So as a board, we've decided to keep that going. And then I think that the other big success that we've seen this year, following the return to schools, we had our Hottober campaign, and we were delighted that DFE picked up on that and emailed out to head teachers and said, follow these campaigns to get children back eating well in school. And then, of course, National School Meals Week, we designed that so that it could be very individual to schools and to each service owner. And the materials are still there, so anybody that's wanting to use them, please do go on the National School Meals website and draw down those materials, particularly as sort of schools open up and as sort of we see the lockdown draw to a close, to be able to invite your local councillors or MPs into schools to do thank you for key workers for having stuck with it all this way through. If we could just move on, Andrew, please. I think that the other side of things that we've been doing, we've probably talked about these in past webinars, but we have seen some big successes for us in 2020 and for the sector. So despite all the challenges that we've had in terms of school closures, what we did see was a huge sort of additional £10 million coming into the school food sector through the price increase and funding increase for universal infant free school meals. I think this year more than ever, we have had sort of some success in collaborating with the government. So my meeting with Vicky Ford, the Minister for Children and Families, we've produced things like the National School Food Parcels Guidance with Department for Education, and we're delighted the Department for Education pushed that through DWP, and that Department for Work and Pensions has also sort of used it and quoted that in their publications. We've all heard us talk about the Prime Minister's support for infant free school meals. In June, Boris told the House of Commons that the government were very proud that this government, he said, set up universal infant free school meals. Bit of a typo there. Would that we had universal free school meals. That would be something that we could all celebrate about with great joy. I think, though, that it's likely that the year, because of the pressures of the year, has created a greater awareness of the school food industry in Parliament. And we've had regular conversations with both MPs from both Conservative and Labour, highlighting the importance of the sector during the pandemic and as we've moved through from response into recovery. And then, of course, we've seen the National Food Strategy engagement. And of course, on the back of that, we've got Brexit and all that's happening there. The interim report called for free school meals extension for families on universal credit, which is also what we've been calling for. So we've seen us come together with some of the thinking around national food strategy. And then, of course, for me, there was the big sort of one of my big objectives, and it was the allergens guidance and risk analysis process, which we launched in the October webinar. So we really are starting to see people are picking up and using that. If you're not, why not? Please do go on there and look at the allergens guidance and the risk analysis process. We've really been successful with developing that risk analysis process in as much as that it's given us something that's unique. Never before has there been any kind of guidance of that kind given across the sector. So please do get onto the website and draw down and use the risk analysis process during your special diet planning processes. If we just move on, Andrew. I just wanted to talk at a minute a little bit about why be a LACA member. And we've developed sort of 10 good reasons, and you can see them in front of you here. So everything from the campaigning and lobbying that I've just talked about, so the way that we're working with government and trying to shape sort of the future of our sector, to things like the main event and National School Meals Week, which are key things that happen in our portfolio. You can see also that sort of we've got Scotty there. We invested heavily in updating the website and have made the website more interactive than it's ever been before. And, you know, sort of, I think that we've had a really good, strong feedback to say from members saying how much better they find using the website. We've got a number of our members use our menu checking service. I can see that John Figgins is on the call today. So John, thank you for continuing to use that. And then one of the more recent innovations was our buying group. And that was where we've come together with our colleagues in TUCO, who are a very similar organization, a membership association to ourselves, to be able to open up their framework to our membership. What we've seen, and we've had this call for some time now, what we've seen is that as our sector has fragmented and we've had academies and small groups of schools coming together, that they've not had the benefit of having any kind of purchasing support, and therefore they've been asking us if we could do something on that score. So we really are keen for people to take a look at that, particularly the smaller organisations that may not have, as I say, the benefit of having any purchasing expertise there. Of course, there are other buying groups available, so, you know, like, take a look round. What we've done is responded to what you're asking for. Finally, just sort of before I jump off and hand you over to Anita to do the quiz, I wanted to bring your attention to the School Chef of the Year, our Scotty competition. And, oh, Andrew's moved me on, but never mind. The Scotty competition has, we've got a new sponsor now, and the sponsor is Quorn. So we really are looking forward to see what that does to the competition and how it helps us perhaps shape our menu with more plant-based foods in the winning or in the competition itself. So thank you to Quorn for joining us in supporting us with Scotty. And finally, Andrew, we've got Little Kickers Festive Feast starting this week. So this is something that we're doing with Little Kickers charity, who were set up to support early years children and so on, and getting involved with football and sport generally. They approached us and said that they would like to do something with us. So we've been working with Bid Food, and we're aiming to raise £25,000 to be able to help around 1,000 UK families who are suffering food insecurity to enjoy a Christmas dinner this year. I know that that's happening. We've got schools right throughout the UK, and the deliveries from Bid Food are going into the schools this week, I understand, with volunteers from Little Kickers going out into the schools next week to support putting the hampers together and help with the distribution of them to parents that will be coming in to collect them. So if you're able to support that, please help our campaign with a donation, however big or small that might be. I think that you can buy on there if you're wanting a certificate, so that if you've got not all your Christmas shopping done yet and you don't know what to buy for somebody that's got everything, buy them a charity gift, and it could be your Little Kickers Festive Feast for 4 people. So without more ado from me, I would just like to thank you all for your support this year, and now hand over to the glitter queen that we know and love, Anita Brown, the regional chair for North Eastern Scotland, who has developed a fantastic Christmas quiz for us. Anita, over to you, please. Anita's moving her mouth, but we can't hear what she's saying, which is...
I was on mute, sorry.
All right, I was going to say, some would say that's a great benefit, Anita, but only those of us that know you and love you well. So over to you.
I'm just hoping I can share this, then Andrew can play along as well, because he always has to do it for everybody. Can you see that?
No, all we can see is you, Anita.
Oh dear. Bear with me one second.
Have you done share screen on the bottom of your
I'm doing it. I'm doing it, but it's just not doing it for me. Oh,
This is where you can be swatting up, getting your sparkly drinks filled up. It's dark now, so you can have gin.
It's telling me to share, but it's going onto an email for some reason. I'm really sorry.
Andrew, can you perhaps do plan B?
Share.
Thank you, Anita. Over to you.
Are we on, are we?
We are on.
Marvellous.
I think it's me, Anita, that's controlling it, not you, though. So just so you know.
All right. Well, in which case, I shall come off. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's fit and well. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I thought it was the perfect opportunity to get a little blinged up. Bit snugger than this was last Christmas, but hey ho, I'm sure we're all the same. So I've got 5 rounds for you today. And after round 3, I'll let you go off and get a brew or off to the ladies' room or a gin or whatever takes your fancy. So I'll whiz through the questions, and then after each round, I'll go back over the answers. If anybody wants any thingies, if you get stuck and you want to chat, by all means, chat as well. So the first question. Name the 3 of Santa's reindeers that begin with the letter D. 1 point for each answer, and you get an extra point if you get them all. No cheating, no Googling. I'll know who you are. Oh, all those pens are scribbling away. I'm only going to give you 10 seconds for each question. So question number 2. When Kevin is left home alone for the first time, where is the family's holiday destination for Christmas? They all went away and left him, but where were they actually heading to? And question number 3. Oh, this is a trickier one. Who popularised the Christmas tree in the 19th century? I didn't even know this one. Again, a tricky one, this one. 1 point for everyone you get right, and an extra point if you get all 4 answers. So it's worth 5 points, this one. Who are the 4 ghosts in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol? Question number 5. Which country is eggnog said to originate from? I was surprised by this answer. Let me tell you, it's very delicious eggnog. So moving on to question 6. Which record was a Christmas #1 in both the 70s and the 90s? Sorry if you're not old enough, but most of you are, let's face it.
I might unmute myself there, Anita, and just like say how rude.
You know it's true. Question number 7. How many gifts are given in the 12 days of Christmas? I can hear all those iPhone calculators coming out while you all sing along. You've probably written that one down. You might have to go back to it. And question number 8. Traditionally, after kissing someone under the mistletoe, what should you then remove?
Oh, Lord, she's getting like this already.
And I know what some people
warned you, Anita.
This.
You're only on to number 8.
I wanted to leave it till the last one, then I thought, you know, we'll see what answers. I might put random questions out to see what answers have been put on this one. And question number 9. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, which is the greatest ever selling Christmas single of all time? I was surprised at this answer, to be fair. I'll sing along when I give you the answer. And on to question number 10. These are best-selling toys, anagrams. So pushy horn pig, it's 2 words, 6 letters in each, and wide in on it. And that is, the first word is 8 letters, the second word is 3. You get 1 point for each. Pushy horn pig, wide in on it. Don't waste my evenings, let me tell you. Everybody all right with those?
We are indeed.
Right, so what we'll do now is I'll give you the answers to round 1, so you can keep up. So the 3 of Santa's reindeers that begin with the letter D are, of course, Donna, Dancer, and Dasher. So 1 point for each correct answer, 4 points if you get them all. Question 2. Kevin's family were on their way to Paris for the Christmas holidays when he was left home alone. Question number 3. It was actually Prince Albert who popularised the Christmas tree in the 19th century. So you learn something every day as a school day. Question number 4. The 4 ghosts are Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas yet to come, and of course, Jacob Marley. 1 point each, and an extra point if you got all 4.
Way.
Oh, there's always one.
Well, I'm the only
So
one.
number 5.
I'm the only one that's not muted, Anita. That's all.
Which country is eggnog said to originate from? It was actually from England. It was in East Anglia, for those who want to know any more detail. Fancy that. Mix it with Prosecco, it's fabulous. So the record that was a Christmas #1 in the 70s and the 90s, if we were in a pub, I'd buy you, Mr. Forster, for shouting out. So the answer to question number 6 is, of course, Bohemian Rhapsody. Question number 7. How many gifts were given in the 12 days of Christmas? I hope people have got this one right. It's actually 364. I did check twice. Now, the one that I wonder what all the answers are. Traditionally, after kissing someone under the mistletoe, what should you then remove? It's not rude. It's actually a berry, and it gives you good luck. Traditionally, so it says. Question number 9. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, which is the greatest ever selling Christmas single of all time? I'm dreaming of the white Christmas. And question number 10. Pushy horn pig is, of course, Hungry Hippos. Wide in on it is Nintendo Wii. So 1 point for each of those. So there's a potential of 18 points in round 1. Anybody got 18 points? Stephen?
Put their scores into chat if they like, Anita, in the first
Oh, please
round.
go into chat if you've got 18. That would be great. Oh, there's no chats. Oh, 12. That's not bad. Oh, Steve. That's a very poor show. Gary. Goodness me. Oh, we've got Angela at 15 at the moment. She's the highest. That is shameful. Oh, fuck, 7. Oh my days. I thought these were relatively easy. Right, we'll move on to round 2 while you're popping on all your things. So what I've done here, I've got a selection of Christmas logos, and alongside the logo is a clue. So you have to work out what the Christmas goodie is that I'm going to show you the logo of. So we'll go to logo number 1. And the clue here is a wealthy road. So easy when you know the answers. Clue number 2 is a crisp jumper. It's an easy one. Number 3, I love this one. This is the Queen to Lord Linley. Matt White will know the answer to this. He knows all the royal family personally, I'm pretty sure. Number 4, pedestrian biscuits. Number 5, Betty and Bernard make a mint. It's a good one, this one. The next one, again, some of you might not be old enough. Most of you are. This is a little deer. Moving on to number 7, Mr. Porter. It's a West Country drink. And clue number 8, dark art. I really gave you the answer then. Dark art. Number 9, I love this one. His cheesy foot part. His cheesy foot part. And logo number 10, the ambassador's pyramid. The ambassador's pyramid. Everybody okay with those? So clue number 1, a wealthy road is of course Quality Street. Clue number 2, a crisp jumper, Pringles. Clue number 3, the Queen to Lord Lindley, Aunt Bessie. Liz, Bessie. Clue number 4, pedestrian biscuits, Walker's shortbread. Clue number 5, Betty and Bernard, well, Bernard Shaw, Betty Shaw, make a mint, Elizabeth Shaw. Clue number 6, the most fabulous drinks, Little Dear, is Baby Sham. Remember those lovely sauces they used to come in? Oh. Mr. Porter, you better got this one right, a West Country drink. That's Harvey's Bristol Cream. Clue number 8, dark art is of course black magic. You're all going, oh, love this one. His cheesy foot part. David's toe cheddar. David's toe cheddar. Love it. And finally, number 10, the ambassador's pyramid is of course Ferrero Rocher. So a straight 10 points available in that round. Easy when you know the answers. Sorry. Oh, Mr. Taylor, very good. Mr. Kello, how rude. Oh, a good 9. There's some great scores here. Much, much better. It's all to do with food and drink, you see. Or Steve, you need to shape up. What's Baby Sham? Oh my days. Oh my days. Right, moving on to round 3. Now, what I've done here is there are some pictures, just pictures, and it's Christmas ads from various years and very favourite special Christmas films. So, picture 1. What advert is this little chap from? It could be a brand, it could be a product, or it could be a shop. He's a little cutie. Same, number 2. This is a advert. So what is this advertising? I know it's not advertising mince pies. I'll give you a little clue. It's not mince pies. This is also a very, very famous advert from a couple of years ago from one of our most favourite of stores, I am sure. Of course, Paddington Bear. And logo number 4. If anyone ever saw this advert, it was absolutely fantastic. So what is ET advertising there? And logo number 5. Isn't he delicious? He's just lovely. You'll all get that one right. Surely you'll all get that one right. Logo number 6. wearing his very best clothes for Christmas, the goat. Great ad. Question number 7. You all get this one right, I'm pretty sure. Not the picture that everybody thought I was going to use, but I've got the same tinsel in the background as me, almost. Yeah, right, Mr. Potter. I've heard that one before. Question number 8. Sorry, picture number 8. Very famous movie. And on to number 9. Magnificent Christmas movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a must. A bit tricky question number 10. It'll probably only be Mr. Porter, Mr. Kello, Mark Taylor. Probably those will probably get it right. Probably watch it first time round. Certainly Mr. Kello did. And number 11, again, a magical, magical film. And number 12, this is a very famous advert. It was a lovely advert, this one. I think caused some controversy at the time, but a great ad indeed. I like that picture. And number 13, lovely and cozy, looking at the tree. I wish it was that cozy at the moment. And Christmas movie on number 14. I was going to say it was Kirk Douglas, but it's not. It's Kurt Russell. And finally, our movie on question 15. Sure, you'll all get that one. So if we go back to the beginning, I'll run through them quickly. So Kevin the Carrot is, of course, Aldi. This lovely little girl with her robin is Lidl. Of course, Paddington Bear, M&S. E.T. was with Elliot, advertising Sky. And of course, this lovely little chap was Sainsbury's. No, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm one ahead. John Lewis. Sorry. John Lewis. And our lovely posh dressed up goat, well, where can you get posh clothes at this time of year if you're prepared to rig through the rails, is of course TK Maxx. Our film in number 7 is Kevin from Home Alone. And then number 8 is the fabulous Bruce Willis. He had the hardest Christmas 3 years running, didn't he? In Die Hard. I meant a hard time at Christmas. So question, the film in number 9 is, of course, The Magical Polar Express. And number 10, see how many get this one right? It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, it was on Saturday.
Oh, was it? I'd already done my quiz by Saturday. So question number 11 is The Magical Miracle on 34th Street. And number 12 is, of course, Sainsbury's, the lovely Sainsbury's ad. Number 13 is from a couple of years ago, which is McDonald's. The film on 14 is The Christmas Chronicles. And finally, 15, the best song ever. Oh, I don't think so. Love Is All Around Us, Notting Hill. So you've got 15 points available there. Oh, Mr. Taylor, coming up the ranks, Oh, Amanda, that's a really good score. Steve, better, over 50%.
Oh.
I love an advert too. It's so many to choose from. Right, this one. What I'll do is these are panto characters, right? So, and all of these panto characters. Oh yes, they are.
Oh no, they're not. Oh, the old ones are the best.
So,
the old ones.
So with these panto characters, they are all missing their vowels. Okay. all missing their vowels. So, number 1. And number 2. We just put them on, then we'll give you a minute at the end to sort of run through them because some of them are easier than others. I bet you've all got your noses up to your screen trying to think where A, E, I, O, U will fit into all of these. And again, when you've got the answers, oh yeah, should have known that. Love a good panto. Have you sussed them out, Stephen?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes, I have. Look behind you.
Oh, no, you haven't.
What's that behind you, Anita?
My beautiful twig.
Look behind you.
My beautiful twigs. I just need a drink, actually.
Yeah. Have we got a drinks round?
Okie dokie, then, colleagues. Well, shall I start and give you some answers? So number 1 is, of course, buttons from Cinderella. Number 2, when you look at that, it could be Tinky Winky, but it's actually Widow Twanky. Surely everyone got that one right. Number 3 is Aladdin. Number 4, Abanazar. Number 5, I could say who this is. They live in Reading, the Ugly Sisters. Number 6 is Puss in Boots. Number 7 is Dick Whittington. Number 8, we have a few of these, Simple Simon. Number 9 is Mother Goose. And number 10 is, of course, Sleeping Beauty. So again, possible of 10 points in this round. Yay, Steve!
Yes. Even I got 10 in that round.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody said, Sue Williams, she's found her level. I'm with you, Sue.
Oh my days, look at these. All 10s. It's a 10 from Len. Oh, bless yous. I need to do harder ones than this then next time. 7, Mr. Porter. And finally, round number 5. Oh, I'd stay here forever and do this all night. It's so much fun. And I did think we would take longer than this, so I'm sorry if I've spoken fast. We speak very fast in the Northeast, but I hope you've all understand me. Roger, 10! Yay!
Oh,
Well,
even the old
you
one.
obviously watch pantomimes more than you watch adverts. So, right, what I've got here, there's a possible of 12 points, which this is the final round, so there's a possible of 12 points here. I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it because I want the song, the artist, and the year from these very famous Christmas lyrics. So we'll give you a little bit longer on each one because I want the song, the artist, and the year. So the first one, song number 1, is A Ray of Hope Flickers in the Sky. What is the song? Who sang it? And what was the year? I will when I give you the answers, Gary. So, lyric number 2, like I say, we'll leave them on the screen so you can suss out what years and things, because I know they're not easy. Snow is falling all around me. So the song, what is the name of the song? Who sang it? And what was the year? I'm just going to grab a glass of water. 1 second, my darlings. Okay, so number 3. The child is a king. The carolers sing. What is the name of the song? The child is a king. The carolers sing. The song, the artist, and what was the year? And finally, your very last quiz question. I gave a letter to the postman.
Oh, Anita, this is going to sort out the wheat from the chaff, mind.
It is.
Blummin' heck.
Should have done more of these. I thought we'd have like, it would take, when I did a rehearsal yesterday, it took me longer. I suppose I spoke slower. But then again, people get bored after too long.
Mark Taylor will get all right.
So we'll just leave those for a second. Yay! Gary knows one.
Oh, yes, he will.
Yeah. Oh, yes, he will.
Back to the pantomime then, Mark.
Right, so are you ready? Have you had long enough for this one? So the first song is A Ray of Hope Flickers in the Sky. That, of course, is Johnny Mathis. And the song is When a Child is Born, and it was in 1976.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, Stephen, you didn't get that right, did you?
No.
No, you didn't. I can tell. So that is Johnny Mathis, When a Child is Born, 1976. A point for each, so there's possible of 3 points for that question. Now the second one, are you ready? Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun, which is of course Merry Christmas, everyone. Shakin' Stevens, 1985. Ooh, a little bit shaky.
10 years too early. Oh, Lord, what's coming on now?
So question number 3. The child is a king, the carolers sing. I don't know the rest of the words, but this is actually Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, and obviously the big shaking movements as we go. So that is Mistletoe and Wine, Cliff Richard, and that was 1988. My days, 32 years he's been singing that. No wonder he looks the way he does, bless him. All right, and then number 4. I'll sing you this one, and I'll just get changed. 1 second.
Mark Taylor has commented that he didn't know the dressing up box was being raided, Anita.
He's cheeky. It's only because
He's
he's
been in the loft.
He's been in my dressing up box before, and it's not just for hats, let me tell you. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. By early next morning, he brought my letter back. So this song is, of course, Return to Sender. And it was Elvis in 1962. 1962. Goodness gracious me. So there's actually 12 points available in this round. So number 1 was When a Child is Born, Johnny Mathis, 1976. Number 2, Merry Christmas Everyone by Shaky, 1985. Number 3 is Mistletoe and Wine, Cliff Richard, 1988. And number 4, Return to Sender, is Elvis in 1962. Fabulous. So in total, you will be allowed 65 points. There will be a bonus 5 points if you can correctly guess my amount of headgear. Who was taking notice?
Oh,
Early next morning, she brought my letter back.
he wrote upon it.
Return to sender. So, can we, if you can tot up,
Address unknown.
you should have 65 points is your maximum that you would get if you got everything right. Well, if you've got a chance of that. So, if you've got over 60, shout out. No? Anybody over 50? Not your age? Your quiz answers?
Ooh.
Over 50? Oh my days. Yay! It looks like Amanda's our winner.
Way, Amanda, well done.
Amanda's got 52. Do we have any advance on 52?
That rotten weather down there, it's made you focus on these quiz.
Well done, Amanda. So everyone, that concludes our LACA Christmas quiz. I hope you have had a nice afternoon. And just to say, I was going to go and get water, but cheers, everyone. A very Merry Christmas. Best wishes for a happy and healthy 2021. And I hope we can get together all very soon and share a plonk or two. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Thank you, Anita.
You're welcome.
Whoa. Well, that certainly has been a webinar with a difference. So thank you, Anita, for all the work that you put into pulling that together. I know that you don't do these things lightly, and that just is a taster of what the northeastern Scotland region would have had we had our normal seminar. So thank you very much for that. Really, that sort of brings to a close our LACA year. And all I would say is thank you everyone that has been on the call this afternoon. Thank you to everyone that has supported all of the webinars right through the year. As I said, we have had 10 webinars, and I was talking to Mr. Porter. I know the events group met last week, and they're starting to think about the content for the next season of webinars when we come back after Christmas. So let's get ready for that. How many bits of headwear did you have, Anita, in the end?
3. I had my Christmas tree hat, my lovely red sequin hat, and my antlers.
Well, we couldn't see what the Christmas tree hat was, so that's fine.
Fabulous, though, isn't it?
Right. Well, anyway, back to being serious. No, we don't really want to be serious. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming on to the webinar. We've got 2 new things to look out for in January as soon as we come back. That's our new Ambassadors with LACA scheme, where we're getting high flyers and people that are at a high level in the industry and surrounding our industry, policymakers, etc., to join us to be ambassadors for LACA. And we've got our best practice showcase, which launches in January, and we've got something really exciting as our first best practice showcase being worked up at the minute, and it will be going live when we come back after Christmas. So have a safe and happy Christmas, everyone. It looks as though we're all going to be safe, because I think we're all going to be in tier 3 before much longer. But please take care, enjoy yourselves, and best wishes to you all. Cheers, bye.
I gave a letter to the postman.
He brought that letter back.
She wrote upon it, return to sender. How mad are we?
We're down to 14-13, so we don't know who's going to be still listening to us, Anita.
I'll end it now before you drive everybody nuts.